Hello, everybody. I guess it helps to actually add myself to the live stream before I go live, but it's been that day, and there's something on my screen, and if you know me, then you know me. Thank you for waiting for me. Sorry, I'm late. I stopped at the post office to drop off my packages, and there was a lady there, and she was cold. Um, I hope my heater isn't making too much noise. It's 22 degrees here, and I'm telling you what, I could not leave her standing there on the corner. So I took her to a women's shelter, bought her something warm to eat, gave her $5, and here I am. I will tell you something right now. I am more thankful than ever for everything that I have and everything that we have, because I am not out on the street where many people are, and I could be, and we could be in a heartbeat. So was she high? I don't know. I wouldn't doubt if she was, but guess what? You know what? I'm not here to judge her. I was just here to take her somewhere warm and get her some warm food in her belly. So that's where she is. I had my nice warm wool cashmere scarf on that my mom brought me from Ireland, and guess what? She has it on now because she needed it more than I did, and I wore it for a little while. So some people may call me a fool, some people may say whatever they want, but that's where it is, and it does. There's a lot of people homeless, and it's going to be a really nasty weekend. I know I posted on my Instagram some places. One of my friends, she goes by Purple Seller, she posted some places that were going to be open and weren't going to turn anybody away in the Portland area. Anyway, needless to say, hopefully she'll have a warm place to sleep, and I got her warmed up for a little bit. So here we are. Let's see how many of you wonderful people waited for me. Jeremy, I saw you down there. I haven't seen you in a while. Kathy Wiseman, how are you? Kathleen, how are you? Mama Beth, Cindy, hello. Let's see. Jody, how are you doing? It is, yeah, you know what? I just literally got out of my car and came in here, and it started ice raining. So if you're in the Portland, Vancouver metropolitan area, stay home. Hi, all. How are you, April? Jeremy, I cannot tell you how much I've missed you. Michelle, hopefully you and your brother are doing good. Dory, nice to see you. Ethel, how are you? Maria, Blue Skies, how are you? Oh, Jack and Piper, haven't seen you for a while. There's Kathy again. It is sad. I think there are a lot of great people out there. I wished I'd have had some clothes in my car, a warm jacket. I have a warm jacket hanging up here that I'm going to sell for a couple $100. I would have given it to her in a hot second. Maybe I need to be better about that right now. Thank you, Lisa. Karen, how are you? Charnel is here. I need a drink of water. Whew. I was going to do my live from my shop, and I'm glad I changed my mind, because your brother rides a bicycle to work. He's going to be, for sure. Oh, so Victoria, how are you? Is it only raining in Ashland right now? Like, it just started. Everything was icy. Hi, Marie. It's dry there so far. It literally, I could hear it when I opened my door to get out, but there wasn't anything, but you could hear it hitting the ground. So it's supposed to be nasty the 4 days. I was watching the Weather Channel this morning, and it was kind of funny because the weather in the Northeast and the weather in the West, the Northwest, was almost exactly the same on the Weather Channel. Oh, Jan said that there was going to be 60-mile-an-hour winds and freezing rain in Rochester. That's what it was calling for. It's rough over here, but you're doing your best. Sorry for not showing up lately. Haven't been doing much of any social stuff lately. Haven't been in the right headspace. I know how that goes, Jeremy. Don't think that I didn't notice that you were gone, though. I did. So as a matter of fact, I was going to send you a message on Instagram and see how you were doing, but I'm glad you're here. So cold out. 21 feels like 5, right? You called the street team about someone last night. The cold and the wind are just so severe. You know, thanks, Amy. You're not in Florida anymore, are you? And Florida is going to be, all of those southern states are going to get hit. Like, are you back in Florida, Mike? Speak up. I should turn, that's the only Christmas decorations that I have on my mannequin, her, which we decided to name Babe. I think that's what it was, Babe. Nobody puts baby in a corner, so Baby. Sushi Mike. Oh, shush, Mike. Hi, Glenn. How are you? And Lisa K, you're here. Winter, I know. I need to. When my youngest son went to school, we always had extra coats and a couple bags. I always made sure he had stuff. He always gave people food and clothes and stuff. Louisiana is about to close down. That's what I thought. I've been watching. You know, when I did landscaping, everything was by the weather, right? I mean, I still worked for 2 years in a row. I didn't even take a break through the winter. I still worked. But that's the first thing you did. I didn't even hardly look at the weather. I just look outside, you know, but you were always checking the weather to see what was going on. And according to the weather reports, it's -8 with a feel of minus. Oh. So where my working shop is like 5 minutes from here. And yesterday, I don't know, in the last week, somebody rented a spot two spaces over from me. And so yesterday, I could hear a large dog barking. And I talked to the owner because he was there. Last night, I was there until like 10 o'clock. And when I I could hear a dog whining. I could just hear a loud pitch whine like ours does when he needs to go out. But this one was, and I was like, I have been here since 9 o'clock in the morning. I left for 4 hours and I don't know if it was 4 hours, 3 hours and came back. Yeah, I bet they will. And at 9:30 at night, when I had been there, gone for 12 hours, that dog was ramming the door, the roll-up door, and whining. I called the owner of the place and I said, I talked to you about the dog this morning. And he goes, yeah, I talked to them. And I said, well, talking to them and doing something, because nobody's supposed to have dogs there, but there's like 5 people that live in their units. 4 of them have dogs. This dog's been alone all day. I was so mad. I said, it is 25 degrees out. That dog has not been out of there since this morning when you supposedly talked to them. I said, that is so not right. My heart was hurting for that poor dog. What is wrong with people? All right, enough. Talking about organization, which I'm not so organized here. I am less so here. I'm getting there. I'm working through a lot of stuff, but those of you that know, and those of you that don't will. So last December, our farm sold, our family farm that let's see, I turned 1 in May. We moved in September, as the story goes. And in April, or the 30th of December, I bought this house, and we moved in the end of March, beginning of April. January, February, March. Yeah, 1st of April, we were living here. Anyway, so I had taken the advice Could be. I had taken the advice of Doug, who's not here. Everybody keep him in your prayers. He is in the hospital still. They moved him to a more specialized hospital to deal with some issues that he's having with his heart. And I know that it's okay that I say that because he's told a lot of people. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say though, but please keep your heart. Uh-oh. See how that goes. A dog. Probably stolen. No, the guy's there. The guy's there with the dog and he has a business. I don't know why he would leave his dog there all day long. But if I'll take care of it sooner or later. I have an issue with that, being mean to animals. I know some of you guys think that I might not like animals, but I do. I just don't like their hair. You have everything categorized, alphabetized, and sorted by size. Believe that, and I have a bridge for sale. It wouldn't surprise me if you had a bridge for sale, Mike. So I rented a 12. I had it. Okay, let's go back. I had gotten a 12 by 30 storage unit so that I could put tables out and sort a large library's worth of books that I bought that they nicely packed up for me, but they didn't put the series. They're all first editions. I paid $680 for everything that I got, and I already made my money back plus some. Probably have paid the storage fees with what I have sold, but I still have a lot to sell. The problem is they nicely, and I say that because, hey, they nicely packaged everything up. They nicely packed everything in my car 3 times because that's how many loads it took me in my SUV. But nothing, they didn't pack things like the series, like there were series of books by the same authors, all first editions. They're scattered throughout boxes. So because I have a problem up here with having things, I started to list stuff and I was like, I had been through the house. We were going to do an estate sale. My friends, Jake and Erica, Portland Pickers, we were going to start an estate sale company. A week later, everything was shut down because of the pandemic. So they offered us to buy anything we wanted out of the house. And I had seen everything because we toured it. And I asked her how much for all of the books, ephemera, photos, that kind of stuff. So needless to say, I never ended up putting all the tables out and spreading stuff out and getting those things. Hello, Lori. How are you? And it has just snowballed. Hi, Coco. Chewy, is it both of you or is it just you, Coco? If you guys don't know these wonderful people, here they are. Anybody, you know what? I need to put hang on a second. Bear with me. I literally came screaming in here, used the restroom and came in here. I need to put my YouTube on over here so that I can see, because I know there's people in the chat that aren't blue that should be. So let me go here and open this up. Let me get organized, would you? Hi, Craig. How are you? Okay. Yep. And of course, it's not muted. I don't mute. I got to mute myself. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it, right? Live chat. Okay. There we go. Okay, anybody that wants to, that is blue. I'm trying to get Coco and Chewy here, but somebody keeps talking. Drop your link in the chat, Coco. All right. Who did I miss? Oh, Jeannie. I called you Lori, didn't I? Oh, man. Walk. I'm going to blame it on I wasn't paying attention. We have to take responsibility for our own stupid actions. All right. So Coco and Chewy. So I never ended up getting those books out of the boxes. They have been moved from my garage to the storage unit, from that storage unit to a storage unit down here by me. I need to go get them taken care of because they would pay for everything. This lady had a library in her basement. She had 2 rooms, and she had all of the lawyers' bookcases. Why can't I think what they're called right now with the glass fronts? All of the books were first editions. They'd each been read twice, once by her, once by her mother.
Love you.
You want to come in and say hi?
Of course not.
This is my youngest son, Ryan, for those of you that don't know. There he is. He's. Is it cold here? Did you get your thing? Did you get the mail too?
We did. Yeah, I got the mail.
Oh, boy.
To me, there's a big pile of your stuff out
Yeah,
there.
that's what happens when you don't get the mail for 3 weeks.
Mail time.
Mail call.
It's the fun stuff.
All right, you guys be careful if you're going to drive tomorrow because
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's raining out there already. Don't give me that crap. I'm your mother.
You need to chill out.
I need to chill out. All right, I love you. You got your switch?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
everything. All right, I'll let you know when we're on the road.
Okay. Oh, hey, this is for somebody who's got cats on it.
Cat please. Oh my god. Love you. Thank
Love you too. Bye. Oh my goodness. That's barrister shelves. That's it. Thank you, Jody. That's my baby. This is my baby doll. I know, I'm trying to get them not to. Guess where they're driving to on top of that? Over to Spokane. Worst place to be. I don't care where you're going right now. Spokane, in order to get to Spokane, you got to go I-84 through the gorge, which is already had the Columbia River Gorge, which has already had major issues the last few days. Put him over my knee. He broke my knee. I'm hoping they'll stay home. I'm supposed to go get my granddaughter tomorrow for Christmas, but I will go get her next week. And I will enjoy her next week because we'll both be alive. Hi, Tracy. Holy moly. They let you off work for 10 minutes. I'm so happy to see you, my friend. If you guys don't know Tracy, drop your link. I'm seriously hoping so, because it's gonna be treacherous, beyond treacherous. Nope. You know, driving in the Pacific Northwest in the ice and the snow is way different than driving back east in the ice or the snow, or in Montana in the ice and the snow. I know, I've done it all. Because we get snow, it melts, and that's black ice, and then it snows over the top of it again. And I don't care, just like you say, Mike, it doesn't matter what you're driving. You're in a state of emergency. I knew it. I am a state of emergency. Let's just get that out there. You made it. All right. Stay warm. Anyway, any of you guys... I go from my extra room to the basement to the garage and back to the basement. That's hilarious. This is Jeannie. Oh my goodness. So when I moved from the farm, it was and it still is emotionally, it's only minus 21 this morning. Oh. You live in the Columbia River Gorge? Really? You need to message me. We need to get together, girlfriend. Right here. I'm going to be emptying out a couple other storage units. Anybody that lives here near me in the Pacific Northwest that wants to come help me and wants some free stuff, message me on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram's the best. Anyway, so I had a 12 by 30. Then I rented another 12 by 30 because I had a bunch of stuff that I wasn't sure what to do with. Stuff from the farm, personal stuff people had given me. Wasn't quite ready to get rid of it. 3 months wasn't enough time to go through everything, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have a garage here at the house, the new house. I still haven't built one, but I'm working on it. I did get a small storage shed at an estate sale, you guys, for $2,000. Who buys a storage shed at an estate sale? Whoop! Me. I am crazy. Just bear with me here. I'm working myself out of my craziness. So I had to rent a shop storage unit to have all of my inventory and stuff in. That is 28 by 14. Let's see. And what I did was the original 12 by 30, I rented two 10 by 20s, which were way cheaper, just a little bit down from my house. And I moved all of that stuff, went through it, and moved all of that stuff. So now what do I have? I just emptied out, the boys and I spent last weekend, not last weekend, weekend before last, I spent that time with the Penske truck. We went through everything. $2,000 for a used storage shed. It's practically brand new. It's 8 by 12. And it would cost $8,000 to have one like that built here. By the way, to have any kind of storage shed or garage or building built in the Pacific Northwest is about $5,000 more than it is anywhere else in the United States. I know. I've been looking. Right, Jody? This is so true. It's so much fun to help somebody else organize their stuff than it is to organize your own. So I think it is. It's an amazing deal. Plus, it came with a solar light, a solar panel on the outside that lights it up on the inside. Feel like there's a picture of it in the thumbnail of my not last week's, because I wasn't here last week because Dren came home and he had a Christmas program that nobody knew about. That's why I wasn't here last week, because a little 9-year-old was in tears. I looked at your shed, guys, stuff, and I will call you and talk to you about it. I went to your video where he built the shed and I got a hold of him, but he's pretty spendy, which isn't a bad thing. Same with packing. Marie has helped me move and pack and unpack and get rid of stuff. Marie is, this woman right here is an amazing person. And she would have helped me more, but she is also trying to help raise her 2 grandkids while her daughters go to school to get their nursing degrees. So, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Anyway, so here's the deal. Now I have my working storage shed storage unit that is 28 by 14. Justin and Dren are moving next door to a duplex that has a garage. I'm probably going to be moving all of my inventory, my sold inventory, into that garage. I will help them pay rent because it will be a lot cheaper than what I'm paying for that. And I will use my office here for whatever until I get my other shed built down here. But I still have, most people won't talk about this stuff, right? I still have 3 10 by 20 storage units just down below me, and they are going to get consolidated into either one or none in the next couple of months. So I will be going through them, and I have a lot of vintage clothing. It's all clean. It's all ready to go. You volunteer Marie to drive the Penske truck. Marie wouldn't drive a Penske truck if I paid her. With all your books on black ice. Wish you had a yard big enough for a shed, I bet. Mike, Marie might commit homicide and you might be the victim. Just saying. Yep. And I'll help her dig the hole and bury the body. You're starting to think you were a squirrel in a previous life, constantly moving all your nuts from place to place, right? No, it's mostly just having lived in the same place. See, I'm 55. 10 years of my life, I didn't live in that house. So that's 45 years. That's a lot of stuff. I began realizing that I was going to be one of those people whose kids had to deal with all this shit if something happened to them. Well, I'm not going to be that person. I have gotten rid of so many of my personal items that I could care. I mean, I love them. They're part of me, but nobody can take what's up here and what's in here away from you. A personal item isn't going to make you feel better. I will argue to the death on that. I have cleaned out too many houses. I have seen too many people waste so much money on items that they could have done nice things for themselves or their family members rather than leave them the mess. How many estate sales have we been to? How much of this stuff do we have to see to not put ourselves in that same method, in that same madness? So I am going to be going through a lot of my things. I'm going to be selling a lot of stuff on Whatnot because that's a quick way to get rid of stuff, and I can at least recoup what I paid for it. If not make more, I should be able to make more, because if it won't sell on Whatnot, I will sell it to somebody around here locally, or I will donate it. I won't be one of those Whatnot sellers that gives stuff away, though. So I am not going to have a problem with starting something at the price I want for it and having a fit if it doesn't sell. There are other avenues to sell it. And I suggest all of you who sell on Whatnot, if you're not getting the money for your items, that's your fault for letting it go. It's called tough love, right? So I hear this and feel this. I have to start purging. As hard as it is to do, Tracy, as you move along and as we move along in our reseller journey, we start seeing, we know more, we see more, and we can go back and look at some of the things we picked up and decide, is it worth, everything's worth something, right? How much is your time worth? I would put together reseller boxes. I would not let people choose. It would be a reseller toy box. It would be a reseller collectibles box. I would not ask people what they want, because that is a good way to get yourself stuck into looking through all kinds of things, if that makes sense. So I've seen a lot of people do reseller boxes. Jan did a bunch of them, and wow, no, that's, you know, I have good items. I wouldn't buy something that wasn't a good item. I know what I have, but I also know that that my time is worth a lot more, and my knowledge and the things that I get. My average sale price right now is right around between $50 and $60. That's what it's. My average sale price for the last year was $53 an item. That doesn't mean I'm, you know, you're average, right? You guys aren't stupid. Who am I talking to? So I have a lot of ephemera. I literally, how are ya? How are ya? How are ya? Anytime picker. John, how you doing? Drop your link. Hey. Thanks for watching, Courtney. Had to borrow that. I have one 10 by 20 unit that is literally all ephemera. It is all books. It is all pictures. It is all media. I have CDs. I have that. I have literally, I know what's in each unit because I separated. Were you going to come in and say hi? Uh-oh. Watch out. Jailbreak. You got to come over here a little more. Peppers is getting so big now. He can hardly. He's like, help me. Help you. This is Dr. Pepper, for those of you that don't know. I'm hoping he's about as big as he's going to get. This is Dren's. Where are you? Come over here and say hi to everybody. Nobody's seen you for a long time. Here, let me put him down, and let me put the camera down a little bit so that you can come over here and tell everybody hi, because they haven't seen you. They haven't seen you since before your hair was blue. That's it? That's all they get? What are you going to tell everybody?
Merry Christmas. Interruptions. I'm telling you. So
So for those of you that don't know Dren, he is my grandson. He's my mini-me. And I don't think he hasn't been here on the channel for a while because I've been doing a lot of my lives from down at the shop. So I was gonna do my live. Oh, now I have dog hair. What do you know about that? So there comes a point in time where you have to realize you can't do it all. You can, but you have to figure out what all do you want to do. Thank you, Marie. Did I miss Roman? Why am I not seeing him? Oh, duh. Anytime pickup. Roman. I called you John. That's the second person I've done that to. Sorry, Roman. My apologies. Are you not blue? He's not. I thought I made you blue last time you were in here. Take care of that. All right. Squirrel. So, as I have been doing this for more and more time, but sometimes you're John, will you answer till late for supper? I know who you are. I'm telling you, it's. I called Jeannie Lori earlier. Can I say? At some point in time, we have to realize and we have to organize. And if you guys are anything like me, which I pray that you're not, if I am not, my organization up here, Boatman, how are you? Minus 28 degrees. Ooh, my goodness. Everybody, I hope you're trying to stay warm and stay inside and be safe. Hi, Summers. Anyway, so organization in our business is huge, right? Some of us may be in a small one-room apartment, and we may have a closet that we have dedicated to our reselling, and we're reselling small things. My goal is to, at some point in time, be good enough at picking, which I think I'm pretty good now, that I can just do ephemera and jewelry. And I have a lot of both, but I have to get to the point where I decide what ephemera is worth it. And you know what I mean? Because when you are paying storage fees, which I know a lot of people pay storage fees. I know a lot of people have storage rentals. If you're like me, your mental organization is squirrel for sure. Is it a bad thing to have a storage unit? No, one storage unit is fine. Multiple storage units, there's something wrong. Rochester, New York. Yes, they are. I saw that, Laura. My friend Jan lives back there. And I found, you guys, my favorite hat in the whole world. I found it yesterday in a box from when we moved. I'm just telling you, I've been looking all over for this hat. I love this hat. It's my favorite. It's my friend's hat. You're all my friends. So, one storage unit down. I have a few things left to get there. I have a set of pallet racking that I have to take apart because they were too tall to fit in the truck untaken apart. And I have all next week to do that. And I have my 2 cider presses, apple cider presses from the farm that I need to go pick up. So I will do that next week. I'm not even going to mess around with it. I paid through the end of this month. You don't get a refund if you leave early. So everything's done. So I no longer have 2 12 by 30s. I have 2 10 by 20s, 3 10 by 20s, and my working storage unit. And the 3 10 by 20s, one of it has a lot of personal stuff for us. Justin and Dren will be moving next door to a duplex, a 2-bedroom duplex, and a lot of their stuff is in there. So that will go out. I will go through all of the stuff in my ephemera unit. I will go through all the stuff in my hard good unit, and I will get rid of one more storage unit next month and maybe another one soon. So it's like at some point, hi Don, how are you? Hi Karen, I know, right? Groovy Things. It's my favorite hat. You can't seem to make it work for you, and you stick to smalls right up until you see something big for cheap. Well, I cannot mentally handle the mess. I literally cannot. I need to have things organized. If things aren't, ask Marie. If things in my visual, what I'm looking at in my house, my car, my outside aren't how they should be, I literally cannot focus on anything. It gets really bad. And then before I know it, it's gotten even worse. So for my sanity, for the way I need to run my business, can I organize stuff? Can I make things look nice? Can I have it put like it's 10 by 20 here, 100% full of mostly listed? Yeah. Don't feel that bad now. No, you shouldn't. You're doing it exactly right. Even though that would be Jeremy, you guys doing it wrong. He hides under a different name on Instagram. You have a 10 by 20 and feel like we need to organize and reduce the space. It's too much money. Tell everybody where you are. I know where you are, and what the rate is. The 10 by 20 here, when I rented them first, they were 50% off. So I rented 2 for the price of 1, and they were 50% off for 2 months. And so now they're $240 a month here. What, bud?
Can I use a rolling pin for
You can. So $240 a month. There was $220. They just raised the rent on all of them. You have one 10 by 10 with unlisted furniture that will be cleared out this coming summer, so we can reduce that hit to our expenses. Ours is $100 a month. That's not bad for a 10 by 10. I guess that's about half of what I'm paying for a 10 by 20. And did you find him? He's got Play-Doh. He needs a rolling pin. Central Florida. Holy moly, $360. Ooh. It is still $1,200 a year. Yes. That's the thing, right? So whether you get stuff for free or you get it for cheap or you pay up for it, I will do that too now. I will pay $100 for something and sell it for $500. I'm good with that. And I can do that, right? Some people can't, and I understand that. You'll get there. Or you just won't because you don't want to. Somebody help me. He lives in Utah, and he and his wife just had a baby like 6 months or so ago. I see him standing here in front of me. I was watching him the other day, and he was pulling stuff out of his storage unit, and it was freezing cold, and he had gloves and a parka. Osborne, thank you, Jeremy. Woo, man, I'm telling you, I love him. He is amazing. You guys can't look at his, and he talks about this. You guys can't look when he posts his 90-day total and go, wow, he's killing it, because you have to understand he pays up for a lot of stuff. Yep. He is amazing. But I was watching him yesterday or the day before. I was in the shop and I had him on. He was his organization. I was just like, I mean, he tried. I don't know how you can try. He bought out an estate sale too, but it's just kind of like, he goes, I sold this receiver, and then pretty soon he goes, oh yeah, and this vest. He's got this shearling vest crammed in the corner with all of his electronic stuff, and he pulls it out, and I was just like, Yes, he does. He absolutely does, Roman. 100%. But my whole OCD was going, woo, and he works. He is a crazy fanatic worker. If I could tell any of us, myself included, if there's somebody that you wanted to model and work ethic and what he does, he's your guy. Hi, Kathleen. Merry Christmas to you too. One of them here is $800 for an outside unit. Yikes. You still have a 10 by... I need to do this. Tracy and her partner live in the Catskill Mountains in New York. They still have a 10 by 12 that we pay $240 a month for. Tried to get to that this year, but the barn took all our time clearing it out this spring if that's the last thing we do. You know, and that's a goal to have. Speaking of goals, how many of you guys follow Drew? He put a reel out today, how he smashed his 2022 goals. You guys, Profit Monsters, Drew Profit Monsters. Hi, Mia. How are you? Merry Christmas. You just woke up? He does, doesn't he? That return rate on electronics, though, yeah. I pretty much quit doing electronics for that reason. 10 by 20, you pay $289 in Massachusetts. Wow. That's only, well, I shouldn't say that's only. That's 49. I pay $240. That's 49. Yeah, 40. I can math. I can math most days. That's almost $50 more than here. It's crazy. So, are you making enough money? Not you personally, TML. Are you making enough money to justify having the storage units? Are we? Buyers do bait and switch a lot, for sure. Are we making enough money to justify it to have the storage units, or do we need to figure out different ways to different? If you guys know Karen Lavender Clothesline, you need more money. Cha-ching! Hey, Scott, how are you? More money. Well, you're going to have to talk to Melody about that, and the way she controls the purse strings, I think you better go buy another storage unit. I love me some Melody. She needs to come on. She needs to come on some more videos. I love that lady. If you guys don't know Scott Cha-ching King, you should. And somebody please drop his link in the chat, please. Hi, KK. How are you? Laura. Thank God I'm still allowed to store my stuff at my parents' house since I still live at home, but need to start looking for my own house. Yes, you do. You'll be more happy. Let's see. Scott needs $1 million. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? You are popular because we love you. Aw, thank you very much, Patrick. You guys know Patrick? Traveling picker. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you. So Scott has an amazing channel, and his channel has grown fast because he is an amazing person. Did I look up the lace? Not yet, but I will. I got some. It's in the box back here, right here behind me. It didn't even leave the house because I'm going to list it from here. I bought some original Gunny Sack lace that you would have gotten from the fabric store from Courtney. I followed Scott since he's been on Instagram. And you're eating dinner. That's very nice of you. What are we having? I've tried looking it up afterwards. You can't find anything. That's all right. I'll find it. Or I'll just pull a number out of my head. And it's funny because I used to do a Wednesday morning coffee talk live with Danica, Lady Like Junk, and she's down in Texas, and she would be like, I wish I knew more people down here so that I could go meet them and go. I said, well, you should go check out Scott the Ching King. I said, he's hilarious. And I said, the stuff that he finds, and I said, and he's down there somewhere in Texas. I know Texas is big, right? So then this was several years ago. Several years ago. I said, he's doing some kind of he posted something. I told her, I said, he posted some kind of a community something, and that, hey, Harry, that he was going to be there. And if you saw I think, don't beat me up. I think he said, if you see a little fat man running around, that's me. Come say hi or something like that. Anyway, I tried to get her to go meet you, Scott, or find you in the bins or whatnot. But I have been following Scott for that long. And then finally he started a YouTube channel. So now we can harass him through YouTube and not just on Instagram. So if you guys need help, hey girls, hey, let's do lunch podcast tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Let's see, 10, 11. No, is that right? 10 a.m. Pacific. Is that right? 11. I'm having a hard time here. Tomorrow, let's do lunch podcast. You guys got to go. Got to go back and watch last week. I was on with them last week. Anyway, so Scott has amazing videos on his channel that will teach you from the get-go how, he is the easiest person to listen to in the whole world. In the noon central. Thank you. Noon central. Tomorrow's their Christmas one. Number 16, I believe. And then just if you go to Scott's channel and you don't leave with a smile on your face, there's something wrong with you. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. That I don't need to say anymore. He's an amazing person. His wife is even more amazing than him. That's why she's not on the videos very often, because he doesn't want everybody to know how amazing Melody is. That's right. Thank you, Courtney. Who's on tomorrow with you ladies, by the way? Scott. I just earned some money. Feel like you need to pay for this kind of a review. That's hilarious. Thank you so much. You didn't need to do that. Pat Dees is on? No, Pat Dees isn't on. Hi, T. How are you? There's so many amazing people in this in my chat right now for you guys to go and follow. If you need inventory, T Auctions for You and Donatello Bottolino, they're the ones to go get some great inventory for. Thrifting Vegas is their guest tomorrow. Woohoo! Storage is too. Oh wow! Thrifting Vegas, you guys. Tomorrow, Tiffany is awesome. She is. She's been around for a while as well. So, anyway, back to, I'm going to reel myself in. Scott just built a shed as well on his property. Had a shop. I'm going to call his a shop because his is bigger than that's what I want, is something. You finally got your car in the garage. Yay! Hey, score 1 for organization. Finally. I think it is super important that if you are going to have a large inventory of, it was $300 a month. That seems to be about right, but it's still a lot of money, you guys. If you only have it for a couple of months, that's one thing. If you have it 3 times 12 is 2,400. That's a lot That's a lot of dough to go out. And do you have anything in there that is going to pay for that? Like I always say, I'm going to start doing probably a Sunday night live haul again. I miss it. I was talking to one of my friends today. Ansley, if you're hiding out, say hi. Rhonda knows the saga and the trials and tribulation. Got junk in her trunk is Rhonda of the storage unit fiasco. And she challenged me to get rid of the first one, and I did. And there, there's a lot of crying. Yep. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Kristen's my Monday morning motivation on Instagram. The building you put up on your property is 16 by 20. It costs $10,400, I think, but it adds to my property value. Now, does that include the concrete pad, or did you already have the concrete pad there? I can't remember. What I have left is the last of my final 3 estate sale clean outs. When you retired from hosting sales, I'm 62, work alone, and it can be done. Yep. And you guys got to follow her. Her smile is contagious. So I think, no, that's right. It did not include the concrete pad. The pad was there when you had that. That's right. That's right. So that's my it's going to cost me close to 20,000, maybe 22,000 to put mine in the backyard. I probably, in hindsight's always 2020, right, you guys? It will be a shop, not a shed. Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, has a shed. Oh, wait, he has 2 sheds. Because if he'd have just built a shop in the first place, you wouldn't have to have 2 sheds, right? This is not trash to cash, and I'm not trashing to cash in Kevin. But we're looking at money right now. He's gotten a lot of donations to pay for his, and he's put a lot of his own money into it. But what I can say is, I personally think, I'm going to say this about myself because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I don't want anybody to get mad. And if you do, I'm sorry, or I'm not. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm speaking from my experience, from what I've gone through. It is hard to walk away, give away, throw away, get rid of things that you have thrifted, things that people have given you that are worth money. I am one person. I don't have a spouse. I don't have a live-in boyfriend. I have nobody. I have Dren, and his dad just came back from LA, but it's just been me. That's me. I pay the bills. I do the yard work. I do the upkeep on the house. I do the laundry. I do the shopping. I do everything, and I do my job. I don't live with anybody. I don't have grandkids that are helping me. I have a grandkid that I'm helping him, right? I'm not in it's what it is. So a lot of people say, yes, I do this job by myself too. I consider myself to be one person doing all of this. And I have done that my whole life. I have never been married. I've never lived with anybody. I raised my 2 kids. Did I get help here and there from friends and my mom? Absolutely. But when somebody says to me, and I know they're married, female, male, or they have a boyfriend, that person helps them income-wise, helps them around the house, maybe cooks dinner, maybe does their laundry, whatever. They have a partner in part of their life, right? So it's the same thing as saying I am a single parent. I used to get that all the time from people. I'm a single parent too. I have my kids every 3 days a week and every other weekend. That's not a single parent in my book. A single parent is somebody that has their kids 24/7, 365 until they're 36. Oh, wait. You know what I mean? There's a different thinking in my brain, and that doesn't mean that you're a single parent, but you're a single parent that shares with the other parent or the other partner, however it goes. When I say to somebody, I do this by myself, I mean I do this by myself. I do life by myself. I know, that's why she needs to be on your show more. Can we send her cookies or Tillamook cheese or something to get her on the show more? So, T has a wonderful partner, but you were a single parent for years. She's been there. She knows it. So, you know, I know she hates being on camera, but we love her. I'm telling you. All right. That's all my pleas. Can't do anymore. So I'm probably going to go back to I used to do a Sunday night live, and I missed that and I did it late. And I got a lot of grief from a lot of people because it was too late for them. I understand that, but there are a lot of people that are late people too. Angie understands. She knows what it's like. How are you, girlfriend? Yep. Send her the Tillamook ice cream instead. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, because it's good. Right now they have a really good peppermint crunch out for the holidays, by the way. I can't eat much ice cream because it makes me sick. Too much sugar. But I know it's good. Hi, Ty. How are you? So, when you are the only person that you have to blame for any of your organizational, whatever, this is my mess in here. I decided when I first moved and I got the shop, I decided I didn't want to have anything in my office at home. But then I decided I would have my ephemera and my jewelry here. And it took me a while to get a computer down at the shop and do that kind of stuff. So I still had to I was literally going down to the shop, doing all my packing and coming back here to print out all of my labels and stuff like that. And I finally confiscated Dren's old computer and took it down to the shop. And so now I have a computer down at the shop. All of that's going to go away here. You have a local friend who tells you all the time how hard it is to be a full-time reseller, but her husband pays 100% of their family bills. I think to myself, we do not have the same kind of business. Not only do you not have the same kind of business, you don't have the same kind of thinking of life. Should I ask every realtor the square foot of the basement of every house? You could, because like I started to talk about Karen Lavender Clothesline, she specifically bought the house that she bought. If you guys don't follow her, could somebody drop her link in the chat, please? She's specific, and she does it all herself. It's her. She keeps all of her inventory in her basement, and she has it very organized. She's a super organized. Now, if my youngest son wasn't moving into my basement, I would have no problem. I would have my basement would totally 100% be all my inventory. But he is going to Portland State University to get his master's degree. He works a full-time job, and we need for him to not have student loans. So I gave up my basement for my son. We're going to hopefully finish it this next week. He's off from school so that he can get moved in here in the next month. That's the plan. Yep. Yep, 50 hours a week. Life is hard. So, and now you guys know why I did what I did earlier tonight and why I was late. Exactly. If you don't list, you don't eat. It's not the same. 100%. And then you have, I feel the same way about you, Tracy. And then you have husband and wife teams who are full-time resellers together. But there are plenty of people who are full-time resellers that have that we're all doing some form of another gig, right? And we can all do it. And if you need help, you should always ask for help. There's somebody out there that can help you. Just like Donatella always says, somebody's looking for this. There's somebody out there to help you. But if you don't ask for help, nobody can help you. Nobody can help me because I never asked for help. That's not true. Anyway, I think the more organized that we become, the easier life is all the way around. So I put in my thumbnail, what did I put in my thumbnail? Which side are you? By the way, you guys, let me pull that picture up. This is my shop. This side over here is my in. This is my out. Most of the stuff on this side that's on a shelf is listed. Everything on this side that's on a shelf is listed. All of the stuff that you see in the bins are not listed. Hi, Jane. How are you? Jane's been catching up on all the old lives. Thanks for popping in. I'm glad that you caught us. She's been listening at work and leaving messages. Did you make that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, what it? I'm not quite sure what it is, you guys.
It's a guy that got stabbed by a stick.
Well, he shouldn't have been climbing in the tree.
He wasn't. Someone threw a stick for their dog to catch and it landed in right there.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, Courtney, thank you so much.
And now the doggy can't play with the stick.
Apparently not. There are so many different equally successful business models. It absolutely has to work for you. 100%. Thank you very much. I definitely need to be more organized and learn what sells more or fast, because depending on one income is really stressful. And I'm hoping I can help Chewy with reselling income for sure. So this is your, thank you. You do too. It takes one to know one. You just went into the house for a minute and the ground is, oh no. What's the ground look like outside? My out looks like you're in, and you don't even want to know what my in looks like. Organization is so important. It can make you or break you. My 2023 goal is all about tightening it up and getting it, all of my life organized. It's difficult, but it can be done. That's right, Scott. Rhonda started out as a professional organizer in her early 20s, and she still learns many organizing tips from other resellers now that are helpful in your own business. So those of you that sell, Rhonda sells a lot of ephemera. I will be selling a lot of ephemera. I have a lot of ephemera, and I do have some of it listed. Is it white outside? No?
But imagine a white piece of paper.
Yeah. Here, tell everybody.
Imagine a white piece of
Come over
paper.
here. Get it. There you go.
Well, actually, imagine a brown piece of paper covered in see-through glue dots that are very tiny.
Is that what it looks like outside?
Yes.
So it's ice. Ice, baby.
But if you see that little Play-Doh creation, at night, not put away, leave it alone because I want it to dry.
Okay.
Just telling you.
I love ephemera. There's nothing about ephemera that I don't love, and I don't care if you find a tortured magazine that's old. I just found a tortured gamers magazine from 1988, and it has some amazing ads in it. The when I say tortured, the front cover's gone, up to page 20 is gone, but there's still some amazing print ads. It has a print ad in it for Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania, his first game. That's some money there. So if you do ephemera and you need a place to organize it, a filing cabinet is a great place to organize your ephemera. You can get them, you can pick them up for sometimes for free. People just want to get rid of them. Nobody uses filing cabinets anymore. And if you can get the legal size lateral file ones, they're usually shorter. Then you can stack them. I wouldn't though, but people do. But you can use the top for other storage. You can get I got these shelves at IKEA. I know, right? He's all like, he wanted I wish you could see his hair closer. It looks like a flame. It's got 4 different colors in it. He just got it cut the other day, but he wanted to be a torch for Halloween. Yep. That's my mini me. Anyway, so a filing cabinet, if you can get a legal size lateral file one, is your best bet. You can and you can fit so much ephemera. You bought those 50 binders of Victorian era trade cards, and that was plenty enough to bury me. Oh, I bet. 100%. I do sell sheet music. I have a lot of it. I have a lot of it. I might actually start selling a lot of that kind of stuff on Whatnot. I'm going to do Whatnot, but I'm not going to do Whatnot until after the first of the year. I have to get through Christmas and all of this. Gotten your 4-drawer cabinets for your paper items off the side of the road many times. Yep. My best ever ephemera World War II pilot's handwritten flight exam guy was getting ready to head to come. Oh, nice. Yesterday, I bought, yep. I have a lot of everything too. Yesterday, okay, I bought 5 trays of slides, and I never had taken them out of the thing, but I had looked at them. If you guys don't know slides, like Kodak slides in the carousels, if you ever see those carousel boxes, open them up and see if there's anything in there. Sometimes they actually have written on the outside. Well, I was emptying them out of the carousels because I wanted the room. The carousels will sell too if you want to sell them. People have been really hot this last year because people have been using them for crafting. So if you want to sell the carousels, you can. I deem to not sell them. I donated them. Somebody will pick them up and use them for something, or they won't. The last carousel had almost 70 slides in it from Vietnam, and they literally say Vietnam at them. And I was looking at them, and I was just like, this is killing me. I want to take them home. I want to take them home, and I want to get them listed. But right now, I am emptying all the boxes that are boxes, because what I was doing was I would go to an estate sale, and I would keep everything together because I wanted to do a haul. Well, then I moved in life and all of that, and I ended up not continuing to do my Sunday night live hauls. Well, so all of these items were still boxed all together. So I had just boxes of, we'll literally just say it right now, crap. And it wasn't crap. It was just stuff that needed to be separated. In my head, I was going to still do a video on them. And now it's like I have this here. So yesterday and the day before, I spent hours going through boxes and just taking stuff and putting like stuff in like. On the code on the music, once I told him he could have a code with purchase. Yes, for sure. Kathleen, she says, thanks for the advice on the code on the music. Once I told him he could have the code with the purchase, So if you guys ever have any kind of a CD or a disc or anything that they have to have the code for, like the old PC games, you had to have a code for. When you show your pictures of those, never show that code. Once they have the code, then they're done. And never give the code out to anybody because they aren't going to buy your item. It's exactly what you had realized you were doing, saving for haul videos. Yep. So yesterday, I was talking to Courtney, and I said I can call you in like 15 minutes because I literally had gone to the Goodwill because that was the closest store to me, thrift store. And I donated a bunch of stuff. Yes, I could have made money on it. It was all stuff I had gotten for free, so I didn't feel so bad because I really didn't have. I had time in it, right? I had my time in getting it, my time in moving it, my time in keeping it in my. There's still time in it, whether you got it for free or not. There's still a monetary expense tacked to that item. I don't care what anybody says, especially if you had it in a storage unit and you're paying for it. So we can get things free. Do we have? Bye, Glenn. Have a good night. Stay safe and warm. Yep. Install keys. Exactly, Roman. It's good to get things free as you become a better picker and a better reseller, and you know what you have storage wise and what you don't. Is it good to have a money pile? I think so. I think 2020 should have proved that to anybody that it's good to have a money pile. I sent so many boxes of stuff to people just because I could and I had it. Because they couldn't get out to thrift, and that was the money. That was it. They could go to the post office and drop their stuff off. Just because we can sell it doesn't mean we should. That's right. So when we first start out, a lot of us are going to be what one of my favorite people for a long time, Chris Lynn. He goes by Daily Refinement now. He used to be 10K on the Bay. I've known him for a long time. Would call a garage sale store. There are very few people who can niche down to just one thing. It depends on what you're getting in the area, what you can get, and is there going to be? Oh my gosh, I've been selling dolls like crazy. Don't beat yourself up on the dolls. You'll do good with them. And I was thinking about that today. I bought 4 dolls. I've sold all 4 of them within less than 2 weeks of buying them and listing them. I have a whole 8-foot, 1, 2, 3, 4 shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. I bought a whole estate sale out of dolls. I would too, Mike. I would lose my line. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for coming in. The thing is you start to learn. I have a photographic memory. That's bad for me. It's bad for me because when I go to sales, I see all this stuff and I know that it has a worth, all of it, and I can't control myself. You do need to learn dolls. I'm going to tell you that right now. And a lot of people say that there isn't money in dolls. Well, let me just say I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. A lot of people just don't want to look at them. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I've been creeping y'all out with creepy doll head videos, Merry Christmas songs all week long. Anna Lee dolls. Not everybody gets the good ones like you did. And there are some Anna Lee dolls that do very well. And then there are some that just don't. She is still missing her pants. Sorry. I should put the I should put the parka on her. She's probably cold. I put my John Deere hat on her. I have 2 John Deere hats. One's like a children's size that Danielle Yard Sales and Dreams, she showed it a year or so ago, 2 years ago. And I was like, I messaged her and I go, Danielle, I need that hat. And she wouldn't let me buy it from her. She sent it to me. And then my friend Chrissy, the Rusty Bucket, she's got the flu right now. She found an adult size one and sent it to me. So baby's wearing the children's size one. It just depends on what you have. Oh, yeah. Yep. Buddy Lee says they're wrong. Yep. Yep, for sure. You sold a few hundred, maybe closer to 1,000. So there, I don't need any backup on that one, because you guys know, those of you that know, if you don't know dolls, go look at my Instagram. How many of you guys follow me on Instagram? Go look at my reels on Instagram and see the 4 dolls that I sold this last week that were Ginny. I never say that right. They're Ginny dolls. 2 of them were Vogue. 2, 1, 2, 3 of them were Vogue dolls that were very limited run. I looked these up at the estate sale. I could find nothing on them. And I was just like, I'm just going to get them because something is telling me there's something about these. And I kid myself right now. There were boxes and boxes and boxes of these dolls, like, a 12 by, like a small U-Haul box, right? Literally. So what are the boxes that the apples, you get a case of apples and the top would lift off? Not a banana box. These are different than the banana boxes, but they would have apples in them, right? They were these kind of boxes. And she took all of these dolls out of their boxes that they came in, and she just layered them. They were just layered. Terry Mindful Recycle was there with me, and she sent me, she bought 2 or 3 dolls. I can't remember. And it was like, they were $5 each, or you got so many if you bought so many. Anyway, the first one that I bought was a strawberry shortcake doll, and I went back to the sale many times because she had a lot of Stampin' Up stuff and crafting stuff, and there was just so much to go through. I actually bought a freezer. I just moved it into my house. You guys buy stuff for yourself? I bought a practically brand new frostless freezer for $150. Got a freezer. Got a shed. Watch out, you guys. One of your earliest videos. Yes. I remember that. The lady who owned them sold her doll collection in 2015 for $2.5 million, and you bought the leftovers. I remember that. So the estate sale doll collection that I bought out is going to be easy for me to list. I now have it all sorted. Every single doll has the doll name on it, on a tag with the year it was made, because the daughters of the people, the parents, the daughters are my age, sat in the living room with the mother, their stepmother, I think, and they looked up everything. And this was the 4th estate sale they had, and they could not get rid of the dolls, and they were just like 50% off on all the dolls. And I said, I picked 1 doll up. This was 2 months ago. I picked 1 doll up. I knew you were going to ask. Go on my Instagram. It's on my, hang on, I'll pull it up in just a second, Jody. It was anyway, I'll look up the doll here in just a second. They couldn't sell these dolls. They had 4 estate sales, and they couldn't sell these dolls. And I picked up 1 doll, and I comped it, and I said, and I looked at 2 more dolls, and I said, how much if I just buy all the dolls? And they looked at me like I was a crazy fool. And she said, she goes, I know how much they all are. She goes, I know what we have, and I know how much they all are. And she said, I think she said, I know I would be a great personal shopper. I think she said that there was, if they sold them all at the prices that they had marked on them, that they would have been, did you find it, Jody? I see you just left a heart. they would have been $5,000 at the prices that they wanted for them, which were still good prices. And I walked away from that sale. I actually went back twice to fill my Jeep up for $800 is what I paid for everything. And I got more than just dolls. Anyway, so, but the thing about the strawberry shortcake doll was, she wasn't in her box and she didn't have the cat. Well, this gal had about 5, maybe 6 doll houses. And when we were going through things, looking through stuff, I found a bunch of little animals that had tags on them. And I pulled my phone out, I took a picture and I looked at the tag and it said that this little stuffed animal belonged with such and such doll. Anyway, so I pulled up a picture of what the little cat, Strawberry Shortcake's cat, looked like that went with that doll. And I showed it to Barbara, the owner of the estate sale. And I said, while you're going through more boxes and stuff, see if you can find this little kitty cat. So I listed Strawberry Shortcake without the cat. And I went back the next day to pick up, 2 days later, I went back to pick up something. And she walks over to me and pulls out of her pocket Strawberry Shortcake's little kitty cat. I was like, what? So I went home. I deleted the listing. I took new pictures. I upped my price. I upped my price and it sold in less than 24 hours. These 2 dolls right here, I just sent out yesterday morning, and they are 100% in my Instagram, Vogue Doll Company. So anyway, so I really think, and another thing that's really become hot right now, and I don't know if you guys know about this. I know this is an organization, but I always give you guys something to look for. I want you guys to do some research. Some of you know about this, some of you don't. Rose O'Neal was the big maker of the Cupid doll. These 2 dolls are tiny. One of them was 7 inches and the other literally like this little tiny one is literally like this, 4.5 inches. I paid, she wanted $25 for the set. I paid $12.50, 4.5 inches. That's how big. My phone is 9. That's how big that little tiny doll was. And the other one wasn't much bigger. And I sold those for $149 plus shipping. You sold a guinea yesterday and today. Woohoo! Ginny. I know it is. I'm going to call him Guinea forever. You need a personal shopper to help you find anything you find for $1 calls my name, but only sells for 10 or under. Well, you have to control yourself. And that's, and I'm not picking on you because we all have to control ourselves, right? But you have to know, you have to also know what can you buy? What do you have that's available to you? Is that all you have that's available to you or what? I had to go look. $550 for the Gott's doll, little Indian girl. Oh, nice. So Rose O'Neal, Cupid doll. They will be signed on the foot. They will absolutely be signed, but not just the dolls. Rose O'Neal was an artist. She did all kinds of ephemera stuff. Keep your eyes open. She also did, there's also, just look her up, Rose O'Neal. I'm going to tell you right now, she is worth some great money. Cupid dolls have become, they've always been popular, but I'll tell you right now, that's one to look for. You could sell anything. You can sell anything. If I can sell, if I can buy 2 boxes of Peeps cereal for 50 cents after Easter, and I can sell them for $29.99 plus shipping.
Me and Daddy are making a mini pizza.
Oh, you are you? Okay. There really is nothing out there. Good night, Kristen. Thanks for popping in. There really is nothing out there that you can't sell. If it's sold once, it's going to sell again. You're getting tall.
No, I'm not.
You're going to have to stop feeding you so that you quit growing. At some point in time, you have to decide. Did you find her, Jody? The strawberry shortcake? I could have gotten a lot more for her. I did take a best offer on her, or she was on. No, I think she hit my. No, I might have taken a best offer. I still sold her. I paid $3 for her, $2.25 to be exact. Don't play with that, please. I've already asked you not to do that many times.
No, I'm putting this on it so it doesn't fall apart.
Oh, you are you?
Or
Or is that your way of not having? I'm pulling her up so that everybody else can see her.
Run!
When you see strawberry shortcake, you probably pretty much should just pick her up. She sold for $138.92 shipped. That's taxes. That's everything. And I marked her up $20 more just when I found the cat. Freezing a rain has arrived. Yep, I actually just listed. I would share my screen with you. I actually just listed some A&W root beer. Hubba Bubba gum that was in my son's store. He wanted to shut his store down. He didn't want. She's in really good shape too. That's, all of these dolls. You guys have to look in boxes if you go to estate sales and garage sales. People don't have enough room to put everything out. You have to look under the tables and pull boxes out. Look under the beds. Sometimes there's boxes under the beds, stuff under the beds that they didn't see. She is tiny. She's like 5.5 inches, something like that. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can do this. Present. Oh, I might need to do. Let me do this. Let me go here. Wow, apparently I haven't been into eBay on this computer for a while. Oh, now it has to send me a security code because why wouldn't it? Anybody need? I had to have a security code to get into StreamYard today too. It's all about the security codes right now. That's a good thing. What do I want? I want. Okay, now let's see if I can do this. Share screen. When I do this and I'm on this computer, why isn't it not letting me do that? Google Chrome is not responding. If I lose you guys, don't go anywhere. I knew it.
You get back in?
Woohoo! Telling ya. Thanks for not leaving me, everybody. She still has no pants on. Let's see. There we go. That's better. And y'all thought I left to put pants on her, didn't ya? Apparently, I have a battery issue. It says 97% plugged in, and so I'm going to have to probably go get a new battery, which my son said they're going to charge me an arm and a leg. But, it's always something, right? Anyway, I was trying to, we'll see if it lets me now. Entire screen, window, Chrome. I think I want to do that. All right. So if we go down here and look at this lady was nice enough. Can you guys see this? Everybody can see sharing. O'Neill, Noniel, I believe. I'll show her here and I'll show that in a little bit. See Debbie's question. Neighbor to the north here, Seattle. I've been trying to find your video about how you skew your listings. Can you hook me up? As in how I put, okay, Debbie, as in how I put how I add a skew into the listing. Is that what you're talking about? How I put my skews in the listing? I'll show you that in just a minute. If it's a replaceable battery, hit up Amazon or eBay and you can get the unbranded. Good to know, Jeremy. Thank you. I don't know if it is or not. It's a laptop that's on my cell phone. So we'll see. All right. You guys can see that. This buyer sent me a note. Hello, neat and careful box packing will be more important to us than immediate mailing. We would appreciate having the dressed dolls wrapped loosely in tissue or layered in tissue to protect the hair and fabric from crushing. Thank you so much for your care. That right there just tells you how important dolls are to these people that are buying dolls, okay? You can get mad or you can go, I don't need to know how to wrap. I can wrap things. But she spent $205.18 on these two dolls. This little doll right here, make sure that you guys are seeing this, was taken out of her box, and she would have had a certificate of authenticity. And in less than 10 minutes time, I found all of this information on her. 2007, the Vogue Doll Company. Are you guys seeing this? It's a little bit of a lag in the chat. 2007, the Vogue Doll Company. Minnie the Pooh from the Minnie Guinea collection. A darling 5.5-inch hard vinyl doll with brown painted eyes and a brown wig. An exclusive doll for the Walt Disney Bear and Doll Weekend. They have these what's the word I want? Well, obviously it was a weekend, but they have these groups, and they do these for the Guinea and Vogue, the collectors, and they do these weekends where they go and can. It's similar to any other kind of boy, I can't even talk. Somebody help me. Probably, Jeremy. So they have these events, and they made these dolls. And this particular doll right here, they made only 100 of. And she would have come with a certificate of authenticity, and she should have come in a box. But this gal that had all these dolls took all of, there was like 6 boxes there total that had dolls in them. They had the wrong dolls in them. actually found the dolls that went in the box and put them in. And I believe those were the ones that I talked Terry into buying. I should have bought them, but I talked her into buying them. She bought them and she sold one already. So this little doll right here was worth a lot of money. I listed her for $99.99, knowing that she was going to go into my sale. But I also knew that what the other prices were. So they got her as soon as she hit the sale. They bought her, and these two right here, I listed both of these the same day, and they both sold the same day to the same person. Event exclusive dolls. Thank you. These two right here. Now, I could have sold these separately, but everybody else was selling them. Why is this not opening up? I hope we're not going to freeze again. Here we go. Okay. Do you see this little round circle here? That's the Vogue Doll Company. And I was like, when I first saw those, I was like, that's got to mean something, right? That they're worth a little bit more. Well, potentially it does. So the reason I chose to buy these two, I looked them up. You guys can get a lot of information on your phone, but you're going to get more in-depth research on your computer. So I decided for $2.25 each, I would take a chance on these two because they're in Christmas attire, right? So Vogue Doll Company 2006 reproduction of the 1950s Ginny Holly boy and Holly girl. Man, if you find those two, you are really in some money. This pair of dolls was from a limited edition run. Yeah, but I'm not going to eat right now, buddy. Thank you.
There's 10 of these in the toaster for you.
Okay. All right. He's trying to feed me, you guys. Can't beat that. Limited edition run made in 2006 for the Fashion Doll and Bear Extravaganza. Only 250 of these dolls were made. And from the research that I did, they were on the tables. So how many people sat at the tables? I don't know. But that's how people got these dolls. They were on the tables. Anyway, so and then I just put all this information in, and that's what I listed them for. And that lady, I listed them for $169.99, which was higher than what everybody else had them listed. I knew they would fall into a sale sooner or later. And as soon as I can't remember, 20% off sales, what I was running, they sold almost immediately. If you look up here on your original listing, if you do end and sell similar, you won't see this, right? If you look up here in your listings, when you pull them up, it'll say start time December 16th at 9:31 p.m. That's when I listed it, and they sold December 16th. It'll tell me right here. Is my audio a little choppy? Sorry, you guys. They sold on December 20th. Pretty good. Okay, let's go to the Cupid doll. I want you guys to see that because I really do. You guys really, and most Rose O'Neal dolls you'll find like these will literally be antiques. Okay, let me show you some of the pictures so that you can see. Rose O'Neal dolls will almost always have these little wings. And see the detail on the eyelashes? I did not clean these dolls. I took a paintbrush and I lightly dusted them off, but that's all I did. Right there. And that is not easy to decipher, but that is her signature. There wasn't one on the little one, but I did enough research to know. The lady got these today, and she left me amazing feedback, or got whatever it was. So the 7-inch doll is signed on the foot and no longer has its sticker, and the smaller doll is missing its sticker and arms. You can, however, see where the stickers were. Apparently, I left an S out. They came from the same household. So Rose O'Neill, Neill, and they will be porcelain bisque. They're very lightweight. Is it still? Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to go out for a minute and come back, you guys. We'll see if that helps. All right, is that better? For sure. Is that better, Marie? It might have something to do with me sharing the screen. It's just the weather. I know it's the weather. Okay. All right. I will share my screen for a little bit more and we'll see. And if that's it, then I will unshare and we'll just talk. So share screen, entire screen. It's different. I get better reception. All right, we're going to go back here. Won't have to re-sign back in again. Go down here to payment shipped. And then Debbie, did Debbie answer me after I answered her? There's a lot of stuff I don't look up. I'm looking at Rhonda's. I'm looking at Rhonda's. Okay, I have my show here. I cannot see the chat on this computer because I only have one screen. I'm looking at your guys's comments over here. Anytime we find a high dollar item, look and see if there's a group or convention connected, and you will find exclusives. Yes, 100%. I do it all the time. I'm out to get all of you. Okay. What else was I going to show? I showed Rose O'Neill. I showed these two dolls. I got to find Strawberry Shortcake down here. She's down here. She's cute. She's tiny. And I will say this again, amazed at the condition that these dolls were in, considering how they were stored. And she was in amazing condition. They all had their tags. She had her shoes. Nothing was dirty. I don't know where she found the cat. I can't remember the cat's name. Don't kill me, Jody. But, I mean, look at her little freckles. This is another thing I've decided to do when I'm listing dolls. If their eyes open and close, take a picture down on their eyelids, especially if they have any kind of eyelashes. Now her eyelashes are porcelain, but if they have the vinyl eyelashes, people want to see those. So do a good job taking your pictures. It doesn't take that much. Some of my pictures get fuzzy because I'm in a hurry, but I always, you know, take your pictures. Always take and that's how I sent her. That's how I got her. She was in a case like that, and that is how I sent her. And I wanted them to see how she was coming. See, the cat right there has a tag on it, and the tag says Alexander Doll Company, which would be Madam Alexander. That's how I knew that there was a cat there somewhere. And I pulled up all the pictures and I showed them to the gal that ran the estate sale. So it's amazing how much more money you can get for an item if you look them up. And you can, that cat wasn't, it needs to be brushed, needs to be clean, needs to be a little attention, but I don't know where she found it, but it wasn't in bad condition. Is Debbie, okay. Debbie, do you have Instagram? I do way better. I do better way to come. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Great tip on the eyelids. Going to use that. I did list a doll yesterday. You guys, I guess maybe I should do a video on dolls, but I guess we're doing a video on dolls because, you know, I'm going to have a whole section of my inventory. I made a spot on my shelves. They have a whole 6-foot shelf. I have totes. I can fit 1, 2, 3, 4 totes on a shelf. That whole, I will list them. They will go back on that shelf. So I listed a doll last night, but then I did end and sell similar. So it might not. And I've only done 3 listings today. I'm slacking, you guys. Some stuff must have relisted because that's not the stuff I listed just now. Let's see. This is a faster way to do it. This doll right here is amazing. How many of you would have even looked at this doll? I don't auction anything, Tracy. Nothing. This doll right here just looks like a little kid's doll, which it is. But this brand, Zap, Z-A-P-F Creations, is a German brand. These dolls are all made in Germany. I had no clue. I just knew because I've sold a couple lifelike baby dolls. This doll is 17 inches long. It's in its original outfit. And it has vibrant blue eyes, which you cannot see in this picture. No matter what I could do, I couldn't get a good picture of the eyes. What, buddy?
Can I?
Yes, go for it. So if you're going to start picking up dolls, I have a hard time keeping myself on track. If you're going to start picking up dolls, pay attention and listing them. Pay attention to detail. You got 24 pictures you can use now, and you can put a video in there. So use them if you need to. This doll compared to all this was the original first. The next choo-choo that came out had some kind of battery mechanism in that you could tickle her under her arms and she would laugh. He is what I put because I don't know. It's just a doll. So when you're doing your photos, they want to see everything. Oops. They want to see the toes. That's kind of fuzzy. They want to see the fingers. They want to see how dirty the cloth is. She had a diaper on. So you can almost see that diaper came clear up to here. You can, right above the tag, see where it starts to get a little yellowed from age. She's marked 2000. So she's 23 years old, this doll is. In amazing condition. A couple of spots Then you want to show your tag right there. You can see Zap Creations. Wow, I don't know why it's doing that. Germany. You want to put that stuff in your title. Then I did this because this is the back of her neck. It says 2000 Zap Creations. It has her number, Rodential, all rights reserved. And then there's that JP. There's the Z with flowers and a 76 or something. I noticed in one of the listings that somebody put eyelashes are in great condition. So that must have been an issue somewhere. I take note of this stuff. So I made sure to take a good picture of her eyelashes. I'm going to call her. And then I took her over to underneath my magnifying light, and I took a teeny tiny screwdriver and I held her eyes open, and I got to get, that's what color her eyes really are. Are they blue? Are they green? Are they teal? I don't know. I put all of those colors in there. And then that's the outfit that she came in. I just took, I forgot to crop that out of there. Oh, well, there it is. That's the outfit that she came in, and it's the original. So I did that. This doll is just, she was sitting in a bin in a garage next to some other toys. Good night, Mia. I hope you feel better too. Good night, Rhonda. Thanks for coming in. Hitting the hay, Coco. Thank you so much. Yeah, while the baby is sleeping, you got to get stuff done. You haven't been feeling well either. Thanks for coming in. Hey, anybody that I don't talk to before, have a wonderful Christmas and stay warm and safe. All of you that are leaving. So, and creepy dolls sell. Doll heads, doll legs, doll parts. They all sell. So if you pick up a box and it's got doll parts in it, you may want to buy it. If you've been watching my Instagram stories, you'll see. And so, you know, it's an area that I think I'm going to delve into because there's a lot of money to be made. Good night, Mike. Thank you so much. There's a lot of money to be made in the doll industry. And I think if you just sit down at the computer and start looking up doll brands and dolls, and you could put lifelike doll, you could put baby doll, you could put you could put weighted doll. You can put, I have a friend, Angela. Angela, are you listening? She lurks. She never talks. I went to school with her. She is in several doll clubs, and she has a Facebook. I don't think she does Instagram. I'll have to get her permission to share her Facebook. She does the lifelike dolls, and she has a whole room in her house, and she makes their it's amazing. And she told me if I ever needed help with anything, identifying and stuff like that, she has the people to help me do it and to help you guys do it. She's an amazing person. There are a lot of people out there that can help with stuff like this. So I always tell people, if you ask me for help and I can't help you, I will find somebody to help you. I will try. I dropped the ball with a couple of people here in the last couple of weeks, but I'll get you. All right, Debbie, I'm going to show you real quick if you're still here with me. Let's go back here. I need to go here. Let's go back. When you're doing a listing, we can go in your seller hub. If you're in your seller hub, let's go clear back here. When you get to eBay and you get into your seller hub, and then you go to your active listings. I'm slacking. Hey, Paul, how are you? I do organize my inventory. I'm getting better. It's getting better. Wait, people actually do that? You've been hanging with the wrong people, Paul. Okay. See how I have this set up with item specs specifications here? I can widen this out and make it bigger, and you can do that while you're working on it if you want to. I just have it here because I want more room. First of all, this is how I have my listing set up, my screen set up, all these different tabs. Item specifications, custom label SKU, views, watchers, current price, shipping cost, is it promoted, the start date, the format. I can't format anything right now that's on sale because I've set the sale up that way. Available quantity, the item number, start price, time left. You can switch these around however you want by going into the customized table, and you choose the items that you want to see, item specs, custom label SKU, item number, format, and then interest, pricing. And then you go over here and you can click, say I want to have custom label above item specs. Then I just go like that and I put save. And now when it comes back to the table, it's going to have, we're going to have to wait for a minute. We're going to, then my custom, the SKU will be here. Now, what is this? Leapfrog, Leapster 2 learning game. I don't have a SKU in there because for whatever reason, I didn't put one in there. These ones right here, I got at the bins. You see that? See how I clicked on that little pencil right there? Oh, it might help if I actually use the right keyboard. The bins, and no, I did not. I know exactly where I got these at. I got these at an estate sale in 8 of 2021, and I paid about 0.05 cents each. And I know where they are. So then you can hit submit. That'll just put something in there. That's what I have been doing on a lot of my listings now, is putting where I got them, when I got them, and how much I paid for them. I bought a bag, a Ziploc baggie that had a lot of this stuff in it. So sheet music, here we go. I have a bunch of these Attitude magazines. They don't sell for much, but they do sell time. They do sell. So I'm going to go back here and switch this back while I'm in here. And then I'm going to show you how to do that. I want this one back. Custom. I want that one back up. Save. All right. So let's go to drafts. I don't have anything super exciting in my drafts right now, I don't think. Hello. There we go. So I have a lot of Fitz and Floyd that I'm listing right now. Well, here's this one. I need to take pictures of this. So you're in your listing and you have your photos and you have your title. Right down here, you have custom label SKU. And I can put right in here, estate sale, paid. I'm going, estate sale, let's see, I got this. Today's the 20th, Today's the 22nd. Last week, 12-08. 22. I paid $20 for a huge, I'll just put it like this, $20 bag. And then I know that I'm going to put this in my craft tub. I could spell that right. So when you don't put it over here in the subtitle, I want you to see this. You can do a subtitle if you want to. If you have something that's worth a lot of money, a lot of money, and you want 2 titles or you want 2 categories, you used to be able to add 2 categories. A subtitle is like having another category. Don't put anything here. You'll get charged $2 every month. Every month. Thank you, buddy. No more. Okay. I can't eat while I'm talking, but I appreciate your being worried about me.
You need to eat.
I'm going to waste away. Hi, Lizzie. How are you? You have to crash. Thanks for popping in and sticking around for a while, Tracy. I love you. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. I hope you don't have to work. Anyway, I try to fill out as many of these items as I can, but sometimes I just don't. As long as you guys probably saw I have 800 items that need item specs. I could care less. I fill as many of them out as I can. Sometimes I miss a few. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes you can't fill them all out because you don't have the information to put in there. So as long as you have the required stuff in there, that's all you need. Don't schedule your listings unless you want to pay 10 cents a piece. If you want to schedule your listings, just leave them in your drafts and go back and schedule them. Anyway, that is how you get your stuff in your custom SKU. So you don't have to open up each item to do this. And if you want to go and do your inventory, but you don't want to, could you imagine having to open up 2,434 items? Could you imagine having to open up 70 items? Could you imagine having to open up however many items just so that you can go and type in here? This is a good thing to be using. I haven't used it like I should be. I know where everything is. I seldom lose something. If I lose it, it's because I can't find it in the stack of where it is. And I always find it where it's supposed to be. But this is where you bought it, what you paid for it, and the start date. I'm putting the start dates in there now because I end and sell similar. And that start date that's on your listing that I showed you earlier will change every time you end the listing and restart and do another sell similar. It's like having a brand new listing. So that start date up at the top will change. So if you want to know when you really listed something, you can put that right here in your custom label SKU. So I put where I bought it, what I paid for it, when I listed it, and the most important thing really is where do you have it stored? That is the best way to organize your inventory that's sold and to organize yourself in eBay, right? Does that make sense? How many drafts can you have? You can have quite a few. Don't let your drafts sit for more than 30 days or they will disappear. Some people will move their drafts that are done, completely done. They'll have a draft bank and they will put those drafts into the scheduled listing drafts and schedule them to be listed, but they go in and unschedule them and list them themselves. so that they're there, because sometimes people will have drafts done and ready to go and they will just disappear. That happened for a very long time. And so I know that there are a lot of people that use the scheduled draft folder, and they'll schedule them out for a month. As long as you go in and release them and remove them from the scheduled draft folder, you won't get charged that 10 cents. And it's a place to hold your drafts that in your draft bank, because a lot of people like to have a draft bank made up so that if they go on vacation, they can still drop, or if they get sick, or maybe they don't want to list on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe Saturday and Sunday are the only days that they can list because they're working another job. And so then they have a set amount. Say you want to list 5 items a day, and you only have 1 day a week to list. Then you want to do 5 times 7 is 40, right? No, 35. Woo! I'm mathing is getting a little harder. So you want to do 35 listings on your day that you're going to do your listings. And then you can drop 5 every day, and you're being active in your store. You're releasing a certain amount. You're being consistent. And so by having that ability to build those drafts up and keep them there and done, then you can have your set schedule. You can be organized in your schedule and how you're dropping stuff off. If someone asks, what'd you do, Paul? What'd I miss? Uh-oh, Paul, you're in trouble now. Uh-oh. Oh, good. What else? I got that one. What did he say? Here I am, happy that all my SKUs actually point to where something is, and while over there doing calculus. Oh, that's funny. I don't know what you did, Paul, but Maria will tell me later. So Amy is asking, if someone asks you to sell something for them, no, 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 and no, no. Been there, done that, no. No. Absolutely no, not. I have 3 people I have sold for. 2 of them are like my kids. They never bother me when their stuff sells. And after the 30 days is over, I PayPal them the money. That's it. I never hear from them. I listed a bunch of stuff for Dren's great grandfather, and he hounded me every week. Hounded me. How's stuff going? I said, get on the computer and look. I don't want to get on the computer. Finally, I just took the stuff that hadn't sold down, gave him I didn't. I actually paid him what he wanted for it. And Justin and Dren went down there, and I gave him all the money, and I was like, oh my God, no, just don't do it. If they want to sell their things, they can have a garage sale, or they can sell online for themselves. Do not do it. It will be the worst experience you ever had. Period. I kid you not. I kind of think I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I will never, ever, 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 ever sell for another person again, other than Ryan's friends. No. Guess what? You get to pay the taxes on it. You get to do the shipping. You get to wait and make sure that the person that got it is happy. It's all on you, and they're just waiting for your money. It never, never, never. Right here. Listen to my friend Siggy. Listen to all my friends. It is hard to tell people no. It's not hard to tell people no after you've had a bad experience, and you don't want to lose. You don't want to see that side of other people when it comes to money or one of their things. But just think about that. You're paying taxes on that. They aren't. So are you going to take that tax out of? And I will tell you, when I did do it, they got 40% and I got 60%. That was the split. For my son's boys, I don't. For my son's friends, they're like my own kids myself, you know. And if they want to give it to you and it's yours, or if you want to offer them a certain amount of money and buy it from them and then sell it and then they're out of the picture, that's another thing. But to sell something for them, no. They can get off their boy, I'm going to get myself in trouble. They can get off their butts and they can sell it themselves. Good night, Jane. Have a wonderful day tomorrow at work. And I hope that wherever you are, you're not having to deal with ice and snow. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Organization. For me, let's go back to storage. Can you see these totes over here? Everything I have now is clear. It's a clear tote. Not only is everything I have clear, except for my jewelry totes. And I buy these, they had them at Costco. And I bought a bunch of them. And then I thought I had enough. Apparently I didn't. Then Costco quit carrying them. So this is who they're by. Plano, XP, Pro Latch, Stowaway. Model 705-001. They're made in the USA, if that matters to you. I found them online somewhere else for really, really inexpensive, and I ordered 12 more, and I think I'm going to order 12 more because these are also really good for, I have a lot of tin type photos and that kind of stuff, and I would rather have them lay flat, stuff like that. So everything is clear for me. Everything is clear. Hey, Terry, how are you? I get all of my totes at IKEA now. Now I know there's a lot of people that don't have an IKEA around them. IKEA ships. Costco ships. All of my clothes, all of my vintage clothes are in the biggest black totes you can get with the yellow lid. 2 reasons. Number 1, they carry them at Costco and they're very inexpensive. I just bought 3 more today. They're $9.36 for one of those big totes. Huge. Like huge. The yellow lid snaps onto the top and you can put zip ties in all the way around. Keeps any kind of vermin out if you need to have them somewhere. So all of my vintage clothing that I have, which one of these days I will start listing, have been washed. They have been folded. They are put away in these totes. And I know specifically what's in them because of the tote. But everything else is in a clear tote. And I am slowly and surely getting rid of all the other totes. All the other totes are good to put like stuff in the shed or I'll give them away to somebody else. If you're not close to Sam's has those totes, right? The reason why I like the IKEA totes, and I'm sorry I can't, James Helferstay, My Boring Reseller Life, if you guys should follow him if you don't. I'm going to tell you something right now. He is one of the most intelligent people I have ever had the pleasure to know. Kristen, a real squirrel, just did a video with him. Anyway, he did a video on organization. And he talked about a lot of things. Don't get rid of the black ones. I won't. I'm not getting rid of the black ones. And I might have some totes for you here soon too. Anyway, if you guys ever watched Chris Daily Refinement, you'll see that he used legal sized cardboard boxes on his shelves because they fit all the way back and room wise. I don't want to use cardboard because I live in the Pacific Northwest. You guys live, any of you guys, I don't care where you live. There's dust, there's insects, and there's other four-legged animals, right? I love James. So if you, the one thing that I really, really like about the IKEA totes, and they come in many different sizes. I have the huge ones that are this big. They're about this big, and they're about this deep, and they have wheels on them. Right now I have them on my racks at work, but they have wheels on them, so you can move them around real easy if you need to stack them. But those I only have stuffed animals in because they're too big to put anything in that weighs a lot. So a lot of people will go, most totes are a little bit narrower at the bottom than they are at the top, right? Well, you're wasting some shelf space. Well, there's stuff you can put in there in those spaces in the shelves, but I would rather waste a little shelf space and be able to see everything that I want to see than to have it in cardboard and not have it covered. What if you have a flood? What if you have a pipe that breaks up above? There is nothing that's not in a tote other than books right now that would be ruined by water in my inventory. 2 standard cheap Bankers boxes fit perfectly sideways in a 27-gallon black and yellow. Ooh, that's nice to know. That's very nice to know. Thank you. So I have a lot of Bankers boxes. Marie will tell you that because we used a lot of them. And they are good to put a lot of things in, but I'm getting to the point where everything is covered. If I have to clean it, I list it, it gets put in a plastic bag, and it either goes in a tote or it goes on the shelf. I am to the point now where I just went to IKEA yesterday and bought more plastic totes because all the breakable stuff is going to go in a plastic tote now. I'm not going to leave anything sitting out on a shelf anymore. And the main reason why I like IKEA totes is, do I have one right here? I have a small one. These are good for postcards and stuff like that too, or little toys. At IKEA, you don't buy the tote and the lid together. You buy the tote and you buy the lid. So if your tote dies, you can go buy just another tote. If your lid dies, you can just go buy another lid. You can't do that anywhere else. You have to buy them together. So you're pretty much screwed. Anybody that's been to the bins or anywhere or that has a tote, you know, you may have totes out in your garage that are taped up here and there, or cracked in the bottom or whatever. I guess I'm a good salesman for IKEA. But when that's a big thing, to be able to just buy the lid or just buy the bottom. Maybe you don't want the lids. Maybe you have no use for the lid. And I'll tell you something else that I do. You can use this one, but if all you have is this little tiny scale, like I have 3 or 4 of these, you can set this puppy right here on top of the scale. I use the bigger lid, but you can set this right here on top of the scale, and you can still read your scale through here with your item that's too big. But you turn it on, and then you want to zero it out, right? Good night, Jody. I will. You guys should be following Jody if you do anything with toys or, oh my gosh, just go follow Jody, Toy Addict. She's amazing. She paid me good money to say that. Just joking. So that's just a little hint, that's just a little one of those things I learned. And you can put a bigger one on there too, right? As long as you have it centered. Because sometimes if that's the scale that you have, right? If you have a clear lid that you can put on there, that will help you immensely if you have a big item. If you have a big piece of clothing, when you fold it and you try to set it on there and it's hanging off the edges, it's hard to get a. You can also push that hold button on the side and it will keep your weight on the screen after you take it. Oop, there you go. All kinds of good stuff to know. Good night. Merry Christmas. Tell your mom and your sister Merry Christmas too. So there you go. There's your little, oh, I'm tired. It's cold out, you guys. Dren I have a heated mattress pad on my bed and he turns it on for me every night. You use bankers boxes right now, but I am converting to totes as I can. I do not store like items together. I add to boxes as I list it, so it's easy to find the one book in a box of random stuff. There's a lot of people that do that, Karen. What's his name? I'm staring right at his face. Can't think of what his name is. Hello. How are you? Dropping in late's okay. We're here for you. Bankers boxes are great. They're great. They are a great item to use. They really, really are. I have seen so many people that I know have some form of a issue somewhere, but I really started using totes when I was at the farm because it was so dusty there and our driveway was long and my brother had trucks and it was things just, it's amazing how fast things got dirty. And then it got to the point where I was having to clean stuff again before I shipped it out because it was dirty from dust. You love my she shed had free delivery when bought a repo. NC Picker does that, puts random stuff in boxes instead of like items. John, Cincinnati Picker. I haven't watched him in a while just because I haven't, but when he was listing and showing how he listed or pulling orders and stuff like that, he had a tote and that's what he did. He listed directly into the tote and it was tote A and it could have, who knows what it had in it. It had, and I would, my OCD was like, what? I couldn't, no. I have all of my kitchen utensils in a tote. I'm literally, one of these days we'll walk down the aisle, but I'm going to be moving out of that unit that I have my shop in here soon because I'm paying way too much money for my comfort. And, I don't want to fork out the money for it anymore. Justin and like I said, Dren's dad, Justin, they are going to move right below. I'm literally pointing because right below my house is a duplex and the gal that owns it, I met her finally when I did the fence thing and she's really nice. But the gal that's living there right now is like Dren's second grandma and she bought a place. And she's moving out. And I told her, I said, let me know as soon as you give notice. So she called me and let me know. And we called the owner. And so Justin and Dren will be moving. As a matter of fact, when I had my fence built, I had a gate put in. Hey, Rob, how are you? I had a gate put in between there because I was really, really hoping that that's what was going to work out. But he gets a garage. There's a garage space. And so I may rent the garage from him, which will help him with his rent. And it'll just work for everybody. If that works for you, Karen, that's a great system. That's a great system to use. And it is a great system for a lot of people. I just personally can't. I have 20, however many items, whatever it was. I can't do that. If you guys watch Mel, from Australia, Mel back from Burnout, she sells pretty much only, I think she's gotten rid of everything. She only sells books. And I love the way that she has hers stored. And if she sells lots, she wraps them. keep them together, the lots, rather than using a plastic bag or a rubber band. She uses saran wrap, stretch tight. It warmed up a bit there. I there's no way it warmed up a bit. What did it go from 19 to 20? Rob's just a couple hours south of me in Oregon. Is it freezing rain? Are you going to work tonight, Justin? Oh, he has to drive across the interstate bridge, one of the two, either the I-5 bridge or the I-205 bridge. And I told him, I said, and he works graveyard. So I don't want him to drive to work, but I'm not, that's the mom in me, right? Anyway, so he's waiting to hear back as to what's going on. So, clear totes. If it won't fit in a clear tote, the coast is supposed to warm up, so we should be all right tomorrow. I heard it was supposed to be worse the next 2 days. Call her the saran wrap lady. Mel just bought a huge lot of books. I told her a bookworm would have a ball. Oh, right. No joke. If it will not fit in a tote, I buy the contractor black garbage bags at Home Depot, or Lowe's has them. I guess you could get them from Costco and Sam's Club. I don't like the ones from Costco and Sam's Club as well, because they're that waffle stretchy one, aka the black garbage bags, and the bigger white garbage bags are also considered a poly bag should you need to mail something that is big, like a large plush. I will not put large plush in a box. It is too expensive. I will literally put it in my description that this item will be double wrapped in a large black garbage bag, aka poly bag, and that is how they go. If they have eyes or something hard, I make sure to protect that with bubble wrap or whatever I need to. But I use the large black garbage bags. Now you can get at Walmart has plastic garbage bags on the roll. They're on a roll in a plastic bag, right? So you can get different sizes in those too. And the white ones and the black ones work very well. You don't have to get the huge, large contractor bags from Mel's expanding to media soon. I thought, yeah, she has a bunch of CDs. That's something you guys might want to watch out for too. If you have access to a lot of CDs are becoming very popular again, especially to people that are buying these sound systems and radios and sets that that our buddy Tim is selling, and so many other people are, right? The sound quality from a CD off of a CD player is way different than the sound quality that comes from Pandora or whatever YouTube Music, whatever app you use for music. It's just like the sound quality of a record is way different than the sound quality of a cassette or an 8-track tape. See, I have my grandfather's. He gave it to me for my birthday 5 years ago. Not last summer, but the summer before I finally got it. He was so worried I wasn't going to get it. I couldn't get to it to get it out. And we spent all summer cleaning out their house, summer before last. And I finally got to it. But I love this thing. And I have all of his 8-track tapes. And it's it needs a little work done. I listen to it it needs a little work done on it, but I listen to it all the time. But it's got a cassette player, it's got an 8-track tape player, and a record player, and I love it. I need to get a new needle for it. Boombox, here we come again. I have a couple of boomboxes listed, and I'm not going to lower them because they're TIAC. TEAC. I think it's either teak or TEAC. I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I have one listed that I could never even find a comp for. I couldn't even find it anywhere by the model number. I even called TEAC, this customer service. They couldn't find it. It'll sell. I paid $8 for it. It works amazingly. It's a beautiful boombox. You know, they are going to be coming back. A lot of that stuff is. People love the music. So if you can get, and you would be amazed, a lot of people say don't buy classical. I am here to disagree with you. And I just found a whole huge TV box of the old TVs full of my grandfather's, all of his classical 8-track tapes. And I will list them. I'll take one whole day and I'll list them all. They sell slow. There's just as many people, if not more, out there that like classical music as all of the other genres out there. So, I don't know. Look them up. I have a lot of classical music that I've listed and sold because nobody else does, because they don't think anybody wants to buy it. So, I mean, maybe I just gave that away. I'm not saying you're going to make a ton of money, but if you don't have a lot of room and you have access to cassette tapes and CDs, their CDs are becoming quite a bit more popular now. You know, so when you can pick stuff up for 25 cents, even if you're only selling it for, let's say the lowest price one you're selling for $7.99, you're 25 cents into $7.99 or whatever. But a lot of those will sell for way more than that. Before you use that 8-track, check the rubber wheel first before sticking it in somewhere. Oh, that's a good idea. I need to take it into my buddy and have him just go through the whole thing is what I need to do. I love that thing. It's volume is scratchy. A spray will take care of that. It's a what brand is it? A Hitachi Quattro mode and the original speakers. Right now, I just listen to the radio on it, but I love it, and it looks cool there. Don't you think? Off to bed. Have a great night, Courtney. When's your next Whatnot show? Have you decided yet? Let us know. Keep track. I always share when she's having a whatnot. She did a lingerie last night. She's getting into it. She's got a lot of stuff to get rid of, just like me. So, you know, you can, good night, Lisa. Thank you for coming in. You can sell a lot of stuff on Whatnot and do it fast, which is probably the best way. The speakers start to rattle due to the age. The foam is falling apart. Okay. They're not rattling. It's just static. I think it's the connections in the back. Anyway, I'm happy with it, how it is right now. I'll have it probably after Christmas, planning to do vintage kids clothing. Yep, you were talking about that. Or crafters. Ooh, Go check her out. I have so much. I think I have to get permission for jewelry and toys. I don't think so. You can sell. You can. I don't think so. But who am I? I mean, I'm on there too. We'll find out. I don't think you need to for toys, because you can do vintage toys and that'll still be in the. I will sell that lace for big money and I'll make it. I'm not shaming you. I'm probably going to sell stuff that somebody else can take the time and list higher. I know I'm going to, but it's a time thing, right? So we found it, we can make some money off of it, and we can let somebody else make some money off of it, or we can let somebody get something that they want, or that they wanted. So anyway, everyone said I was shaming someone in that video. What? whatever. Can't please everybody. We can absolutely not please everybody. There's always somebody that's upset by something. Do your best like you always do. Keep your chin up high. One foot in front of the other. Before you know it, it'll be tomorrow. And that'll all be in the past. I make a good therapist, but I need a therapist myself. So maybe I should therapize myself. I don't know. That was pretty good. Anyway, the person sold it for $20 on Whatnot, and someone sold it on eBay for $9. Oh yeah, that video. I know exactly what you're talking about and who you're talking about. And yeah, don't waste any more time on that one. You're good to go. That's what we do. We're resellers. We go and buy stuff, and we buy it for whatever somebody wants it for. We know, and we sell it for lots of money. So, yep, for sure. That's okay. You're having issues with the buyer, Denise? Absolutely. You absolutely can. Or text, message me on Instagram. You have Instagram, don't you, Denise? Do I need to break out the heavy? I know you're not. Do I need to break out the heavy for you? No, you don't, because you're not that person. I don't know very many people that do. I don't know very many people that are shamers. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. Those of us that are closer to perfect, which is way far away, try to learn from our mistakes. It usually takes me 3 mistakes, the same 3 mistakes before I learn. That's been my problem. You can email me if that's easier for you, Denise. Or do you have Facebook Messenger? You can Facebook Messenger me too. Either way, you can email me. That's fine. Yes. Yep, you sure did. Drop some links before you leave. Feel free. Anybody that has links, you are always welcome to drop links. I believe everybody's blue. That's the reason why. That you can drop links. All right, you guys, it is 9:00 here. Those of you that are back east, it's midnight. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And I will be here next week. Maybe we will, you guys, I can't even tell you. I'm going to tell you guys this because I'm almost to, what does it say there? 3,540 some subscribers. That's just amazing to me. And it's all of you. It's every single one of you. Might have missed the one convo on this, but my glass pottery ceramic is taking up space. Any suggestions on storage ideas? That's a issue that I had too. I used to just wrap it and set it on the shelf, and now I'm wrapping it and putting it in totes. I have very, very, very few things that are prepackaged, and I think that is the worst thing. My personal opinion that you can do is prepackage something, especially if you use a priority mail box to package it in, because the packaging is changing, the postage is changing. I can't even tell you the last time I sent something out priority mail. It either goes UPS or Federal Express. Anyway, so good night, Kathleen. Thank you. Yep, paper and bubble and put it in a crate. And you can stack. And if they're clear, then you can still see through. I know you do, Courtney. Why do you only ship USPS? That you only ship USPS. Why? I know you have a lot of stuff that is on Posh and Mercari, and I understand that. Anyway, that's what I do. Like I said, everybody else does something different, but as far as that goes, A lot of people that are huge breakable sellers have a big warehouse, and they have areas where they have shelving systems similar to this, and they put their stuff and they stack it high. You recently quit shipping breakables after they broke some Vera Wang. I still haven't been. Vera Wang doesn't have breakables, do they? Am I missing something? You're giving me crap. That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Siggy. I have something at my shop that I'm sending you. It probably just won't come till after Christmas, because I have like 5 boxes on the floor that I'm filling for people. If next day shipping, I would be going to the UPS place all the time. I honestly don't ship. Got ya. I get that. Well, between me and my shop is UPS, Federal Express, and USPS. So for me, it's not that big of a deal, but I totally understand that. I have some more for you. I have some bigger ones. The milk crate ones. You're talking. I know what you're talking about. I have some more of the other ones too. Yeah. I had these black fruit crates. I used them for when I picked apples and stuff, but the sides folded in and they folded flat. And that's another thing that you can get at Costco too, is it's a, I don't have one here. No, I don't. They, the fruit crates, and it's an amazing. Okay. Good night. The tube inside of a roll of bubble wrap is great for sending porcelain figurines. Place in tube with bubble wrap tube. I would never do that. Never. They're going to break it. No, I would never do that. But that's just me. It's how you're doing it. I'm a fruit cake. Oh, heavens. So they're just a crate that folds flat. They're great to have in the back of your car and put your groceries in, right? They fold flat. And I know what you're saying. Wrap the tube in the bubble, place a box, and surround. That's a lot of work. Place all in a box, surround with paper, crush, and good to go. The putting the porcelain figurine inside the tube is a good way for you to break it while you're putting it in there, or for somebody else to break it while they're taking it out. That's what I was getting at. Not that it wasn't protected. I'm sure it is very protected. But I use I don't even use packing peanuts. I use a real thin painter's paper and bubble wrap, and sometimes I use the paper that you can get from U-Haul in the sheets. I'll bubble wrap. I stretch tight. If depending on what it is, I may use quilt batting. Some breakables need to have something to catch the shock waves from being tossed around. My temp here right now is cold. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Let's see. Oh, it's not there. Oh, why the heck isn't it coming up? It is cold, I can tell you that, because I can feel it. 23 degrees. Why does it say 6:04 p.m.? Oh, never mind. It does say it's going to be warmer tomorrow, Marie. You are correct. You usually are. I've seldom argue with you. It's going to be 25 at 2 a.m. Good night, Pam. Shush, Rob. What's Rob? 42 down here. That's it. You're in so much trouble, Rob. Oh, my goodness. All right, you guys. I am going to go take a warm bath if I can handle it. And I'm going to go to bed. I brought 2 boxes of stuff home to work on because I don't think I'm going down to the shop tomorrow unless somebody pays for the orders or something sells overnight. I'm supposed to go get my granddaughter down in Longview, but we'll see what the freeways are like in the morning. If they are not foreseeable to what I like, then I will go get her next week. So you guys, everybody, have an amazing holiday. Stay warm. Jeremy, I love you. Don't disappear for too much longer. Good night, you guys.